Today I'm going to help you with your cold outreach. Have you reached out to strangers on LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, or any social media platforms and not received a response? Now, it's a rhetorical question because of course you have, and most people have reached out to hundreds of people and gotten back very minimal responses. Before I get into it today, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, me. I have a new Instagram and Telegram channel and I'd love you to join. Instagram, I'm really excited about. I'm finally doing this. I've been waiting for a long time and it's really going to help you. Instead of doing these long scale videos that I do on YouTube, I'm going to do much shorter little clips with just little tips and tricks to help you along your career. So please get involved and follow on Instagram and Telegram. I do private Zoom sessions with everyone on my Telegram channel. So join that as well. And the links for both are below. And let's jump into the video. So here are a bunch of possible reasons why people aren't actually responding to you. So the very first one is that you need to know what you're looking for. It goes into the whole strategy of why you're reaching out to people. Are you looking to learn information about a role? Are you looking to decide what role is right for you? Are you looking for an in into a company? Are you looking to be introduced to a person? Are you looking to find a job? Those all sound similar, but they are very different. And when you have different needs, you have to take different approaches. So it's very important. The very first step is you understand what you actually need. Then finally, after that, after you know what you need, you can think about who you need to be reaching out to. What's the level of seniority? Do you need to reach out to an analyst? Should you be reaching out to managing directors? They're very different and they serve different purposes. Are those people you're reaching out to active on social media? So I had someone come over to me for a coaching consultation last week, and she told me, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Roughly 20% response rate to her messages on LinkedIn, which I think most people think is pretty good. For me, it's more like 40%. I said, it's interesting. Let's look through your messages. And I noticed that a lot of the people she was reaching out to haven't even liked a post in 4 to 5 months. Now, when it's that long since they've engaged any content, why would they be reading your messages? And they do get emails when people send them messages, but that's probably stuffed in 150 other emails they got from LinkedIn that, just like me, goes to a folder that says LinkedIn and has 10,000 unread emails. So make sure they're active on the social media platform that you're actually sending them a message on. Now, the fourth comment I want to make is, why should they help you? Like, what are you offering them in your cold outreach? Far too often, people are just going and asking for help. Now, the reality is, if you want someone to help you, you have to give them something in return. And I don't mean money, but this actually goes along with the next thing I want to tell you, which is don't ever attach your resume. And it's the same idea, because when you're not offering them anything, or you're attaching your resume, you're a panhandler. That's it. You're the same thing as someone in the corner of the street saying, please give me $5, $5, $5. What's the difference? You're going over to a complete stranger and begging them for something. Now, when I do cold outreach, it's not about me giving them something physical, tangible. I'm not offering them money. But what I am offering them is a compliment. Almost always, I'm offering them a compliment. So you have to give them something first that gets them excited about helping you, and then engage. Before I go further, I'm actually curious for the amount of people you're reaching out to, because I'm kind of generalizing here. What's your response rate? So if you've been reaching out to roughly 100 people and 20 have been responding, you have about a 20% response rate. Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious how many people you've been reaching out to. I'm most excited if it's been on LinkedIn, but in general, all social media. Let me know what your response rate has been to your cold messages. Now, here are 2 very effective strategies that'll help you get higher response rates. First of all, find a connection with the person you're reaching out to. And you might think, well, I reach out to so many people, I blast these cold messages, it's going to take so much time. So first of all, no, it won't. If you do this right, it's actually very fast to do. But secondly, don't waste your time just close your eyes and shooting at random targets, just spamming everyone. It's not really effective. So let's think of a way that you are connected to this person you're reaching out. And you might think, well, there's really no way because they didn't go to my school. Let me give you a ton of ways that you could be connected to the person, right? You could have gone to the same undergrad. You could have gone to the same master's program. You could have worked in the same company at some point, even if you were an intern. You could be related. They could have worked with a close relative of yours. You could have grown up in the same town. You could have grown up in the same city. You could be from the same nationality. You could have come from the same country and come to this country. You find any similarity. Literally, I grew up in London and then moved to New York and worked in banking. Like, you see somebody who did that, you reach out and say, similar to myself, I see that you started your life or career or whatever it is in London, moved over to New York, and are now experiencing a successful career in banking. I'm really inspired by this. So it's a compliment, but at the same time, you're comparing yourself to this person, and people like having some sort of connection. So if you start off your message like that, there's a very good chance they'll be intrigued, read a little more, and then you ask for a 15-minute Zoom call, coffee, whatever it is. Another option is to get introduced not into the role you want, which is what most people do, but to the firm. So let's say you want to work in risk management, for example, and you searched and there are no risk managers in your area or no risk managers in your area that you have any connection with whatsoever. An interesting idea is to find anybody at a firm that you want to work. So let's say you're set on Morgan Stanley. You really want to work at Morgan Stanley, right? And specifically, you want to work at Morgan Stanley Risk. Okay. So you have a friend who works in operations. You have a friend who works in compliance. Or you have a relative who works in sales and trading, a completely different area. Or you have nobody, but you found on LinkedIn somebody who you are somewhat connected with because you went to the same college or something that works at Morgan Stanley. All you need to do is get on a Zoom call with someone from Morgan Stanley. Now, for this strategy to work, ideally the person should be a little more senior, but it's okay if they're not. But ideally, the VP director level at least is a really good idea. Once you connect with that person, you don't get on the call and say, hey, can you help me introduce me? No. Pretend it's a regular networking call. Ask them about their career, learn about them, smile, be cordial, the whole thing. And at the end of the call, you can mention, one of the things I've been really excited about my whole career is risk management. I know Morgan Stanley has a really great risk management department. Would you know anybody in risk? And if they say no, you can ask for a little more towards the end of the call. It's okay. Once you've had that Zoom session where you've listened to them and complimented them on their career or whatever it is, towards the end, it's okay to say, it would be super helpful if you could maybe reach out to someone in risk or just help introduce me to somebody in risk. Even if they don't know someone, I found a lot of times they're willing to go just one step further and find someone in risk and make a connection. Or what would be even better is if you could find someone on LinkedIn that they're first connections with in that department. But once you find someone in a firm, they can easily, by using the firm's network, connect you to someone in that department you want. And then it becomes an internal connection. It's not a cold outreach anymore. And it's a way more powerful connection than just blindly reaching out to somebody who works in risk at Morgan Stanley, for example. So those are two strategies that work very well for me and for my clients. I hope they help you going forward, and I'll see you in the next video.